Yeah, I've been out there on the streets for the last year now. I've been out there because I was really in my own heart.
Shannon is Ed happy now?
Rick Malvito as a Christian. I knew he was the Pennsylvania House
With
representative.
the plotter? With the plotter.
I met him in Memphis.
Printed really nice yesterday.
2013 was Pennsylvania.
Are they, is he calling in too?
And then
I just,
with the voting,
I know.
I had a little
I,
bit of a
when I
heart attack
go,
when I
every time I
heard
go
that
to a meeting, that's what I do too. They want me to see everybody.
I know. So, but,
Just stick with what
it
works,
seems
right?
nice.
and Rick Malvito would be.
No, we were surprised it came in so much.
It was not nice to get braces on Wednesday. He's going to,
It seems like it's
yeah.
yeah. We
Yeah.
gotta figure out a couple of things.
Yeah, like 45 something, 42, 42, 45, depending on how the process goes.
Yeah.
And he wants to
I know, and we're like, we're in the wrong business, right? I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Your people want
Yeah.
to use it there, but I
Oh, yeah, she's super thorough and like, and for Hunter, she was kind of like, you know, I don't think he needs them right now, let's just look and see. It was basically,
in our training.
in our law enforcement, that's what I want to do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we were expecting
yeah, so
that.
she just waited for, thank you, for one of some of
Yeah, I'll
those
let her
teams
know.
No
to see
mistake,
how it
I'm
moved.
all for
So
it.
she was putting on earlier and then had them in there longer, but she
But
didn't.
they
And as a result, like, she only had one a year, which is great. She let the team do what it was supposed to do, like have them come in, which they said. Yes, and I have a counsel for Maddie say that he's getting his because hers don't get that great either. So I'm like, oh man. And she may have to start earlier than him.
There are
Because she's having a butter of having a whole baby to herself, they just knock them out and it's causing just a lot of bad problems. So that's her problem.
But don't get me wrong, your voice is good. But that internet.
Well, he's not going on, right?
I tell you, that was stealing millions of dollars. From the internet. And if we're not supposed to about that.
Are you gonna call in from the?
But some of it's but there's people out there trying to defraud people money. We can
Morning, who we have?
and have signs that people try
Well, yeah, at that point, she's like, you're just harassing.
But you know what's, it's also now what you feel. United Gas Industries. Right now, they're still laying down pipelines in our city streets.
Morning, who we have?
It's coming off from each one of your houses. And the gas company fraudulently did not tell you people they were pumping that natural gas on your house. Use that, look at the transit buses. These buses are now powered by air compressed natural gas.
Okay. Morning, everyone. I ask you to please rise for opening prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance before we convene our Commissioners' Public Meeting. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day you've given us. We pray for your guidance over our meeting this morning. Grant us your wisdom as we make decisions and help us to resolve any disputes with your grace and unity among us. Father, this morning we pray for those in Maui that have been affected by the wildfires. We see the devastation and know many have lost everything. We pray for the families that have lost loved ones. We ask you to comfort them and give them peace in their loss. Help those to recover and may they see your love as others assist them rebuilding their lives. Lord, this week, many of our students are returning to pursue their dreams. We ask you to protect and guide them through the school year. Meet their needs throughout the semesters. We pray for your wisdom and instruction for our teachers as they prepare these youths for life. Give them the strength and clarity as they teach. Bless our teachers and let them never lose their heart for their students. These things we humbly pray in your name. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everyone. We convene the Commissioners' public meeting at this time and ask for approval of the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, public comment on agenda items only at this time.
There's one, but I'm not sure if it's related to agenda items, so I don't know if you want to read it now or later.
It's not related to agenda
It
items?
is not.
Okay, well, we have the second part.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, reports, Kayla.
Good morning.
Morning.
Presented for your ratification are invoices due through August 23rd, 2023, to be paid on August 16th, 2023, for $1,509,847.09. The breakdown is as follows, with 31.67% being funded by the general fund at $478,176.67. 0.86% is being funded by an ARPA grants at $12,990. 3.07% is being funded by Act 13 grants at $46,400. 42.12% is being funded by other grants and pass-through funds at $635,960.56. 18.49% is being funded by RMS at $279,141.28, and 3.79% is being funded by escrow at $57,178.58.
Okay, is there any questions?
So we see a big chunk of that is a step pass through the emergency rental, $500,000.
All right.
And I'm sure they'll,
I believe in their 2 phases they've allocated and assisted our landlords and tenants and utility companies approximately $14 million
yeah.
over the life of the program so far. We want to thank STEP for this incredible work they've
For managing it.
Managing it, yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'll move to approve.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so carried.
Next, I have presented for your ratification is jury panel number 18 to be paid on August 15th, 2023 in the amount of $3,209.20, and this is funded 100% through the general fund.
Okay, motion.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so carried.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Caitlin.
Next, we have personnel actions. Ally's here.
Morning, Alan.
Good morning. Morning, Commissioners. Presented for your approval today the following personnel actions. For RMS, Dylan Fitzwater in a recycling laborer position, that will be a full-time replacement at $14.50 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, anticipated to start on the 21st of August. For the pre-release center, Lane Gibson in an RS2 role, full-time replacement, $22.48 per hour, 80 hours per pay, transfer date of the 20th. For the courts, Adrian Lee in a law clerk position for a full-time replacement, $62,468.44 per year, 75 hours per pay period, start date of September 5th. For information technology services, Austin Barnes in a senior technology administrator position, full-time new position, $65,000 per year, 75 hours per pay with an anticipated start date of the 28th. For the prison, we have Jacob Fries in a CO1 role as a full-time replacement at $20 per hour, 80 hours per pay with the retro date to July 17th.
Okay, motion.
I'll move to approve.
second. Any comments?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All in favor, side?
What's that?
All in favor, side?
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so carried.
All right, moving forward with action items. 4.1, we have Tanya Collins.
Tanya's here, but I'm actually gonna do it.
I was gonna say, you're not talking.
I'm not, but she is here. She wanted to listen to my infinite wisdom on all of this.
Okay.
So what we have for you today, which Tanya did, you might have had it, but she put in front of you there, that page. This is our action item for you to approve finalization of the 2023 CDBG program, including the OBOs of South Williamsport, Jersey Shore Borough, and Montoursville Borough for your 2023 Community Development Block Grant. For Lycoming County, State Route 44 water main reconstruction at $207,862. And Lycoming exterior walls project at $24,385, and administration would be $46,500 for the total of $278,747. For Jersey Shore Borough, they've selected Meadow Alley Road reconstruction for $79,898, and then admin at $16,500. Montoursville Borough has selected another round of curb cuts for $86,002, and then admin at $16,900. And South Williamsport has chosen the Portasio Building slum blight removal for $100,330 with admin at $19,400. And total administration, for your information, with the county and the OBOs is $99,300. Just need your action to approve those as your 2023 projects.
Jamie, just for the audience, could you introduce yourself and your title?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm Jamie Schroeder with CEDACOG. I'm a project coordinator, senior project coordinator at CEDACOG.
Thank you.
Sure. I assume everybody knows who I am all the time.
But for the live streams.
Yes, yeah.
And you should introduce you. You guys do great work. both of you.
Right. No, you're right. Sorry about that.
CEDACOG does fantastic work for us, so thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
all you do.
And it might be worth pointing out, the administrative costs may seem higher than what we typically see, but it's not a one-shot administration. It can go on for 5 years.
It's a 5-year contract, yeah.
5-year contract, and so there's reporting that has to be done to the state and federal government and tracking of the money for a long period of time. So it definitely is more involved than our typical administration. I think it's worth noting that, because as a percent, it is higher, but it takes longer. You've had some of these that have been in the system for quite a long time, right?
Yes, several years. Usually projects take up to 4 years to complete.
Yeah.
Do we know how much the boroughs and townships appreciate these monies?
Yes.
We have the mayor of South Williamsport in our audience this morning, and Mr. Capelli, who is the borough manager over there. He's with us today, and I know when they approach the podium, I'm sure they're going to have something to say also regarding the monies that come through. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second? All fair side?
Aye.
Aye, so carried.
And I have a feeling you're not going to be done with me, because I think the next item is going to be mine at CEDACOG. The NOC fund.
Yes.
That is my name on it too.
Maya, I
But
have
not
Mike
today.
Miller here too.
Yeah, I know Mike Miller's here, yeah. All right, so the next items I have are actually mostly mine, 4.2 to 4.6, so I'll just go through each one. The first one I have for you, 4.2, is vote to approve the Waynesport Industrial Corridor Utility Modernization Project Grant Award. That's from the Appalachian Regional Commission, and that's in the amount of $500,000. This is to rehabilitate nearly 3 miles of the main trunk sewer lining in the industrial area of the city. Specifically, the project would excavate and fully replace 865 linear feet of the most deteriorated section of the main, and will repair the remaining 15,265 linear feet using cured-in place pipe construction. This grant, like I said, is an amount of $500,000, but Williamsport Sewer Authority will pay their share, which is $1,060,000, and that grant period will range from June 1st of this year and then through May 31st of 2026. I do know we have representation here to give a little bit more detail. Again, this is a pass-through grant, so we're doing this on behalf of Williamsport Sewer Authority. So if you'd like to come up and talk, you're welcome.
Morning, Mike.
Hello. Mike Miller, I'm the executive director at the Water and Sewer Authority. This is Eric Smithall, he is our engineer. we thank you guys for supporting us with this grant application. It's much needed money that'll help with our rates and to do a project that ensures a reliable sewer provision for our industrial corridor, our economic hub. So, real basic, we're just replacing a sewer main, digging up the parts that need to be dug up and lining the parts that we can do very easily. Pretty basic projects, but needs to be done. We find it's a very sandy soil up there, so if we have problems, the joints in the, if they're settling, the joints in the pipes offset and we get leaking. And it's very difficult to dig because the trenches have a propensity to collapse upon you. So that's why we'd like to line it. If you want to add anything from the technical aspect, that's just me doing the layman's terms.
Yeah, I'll just add the one thing where we're in the industrial district. Obviously, transportation is a critical component for the work that's done down the Reach Road corridor. So that's the primary focus of this project, is to do the non-destructive by not digging up the street, basically. That's why we're lining the mains rather than waiting for failure to have to dig up the majority of that 3 miles. So thank you guys for your assistance with this project.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you for taking the initiative on behalf of the people in the area you service. It's a big help to them, because otherwise it would come out of rates. So we appreciate you guys going out. We simply acted as a pass-through. You guys found the grant, I assume, right?
Yeah.
You found it, you put it together, and so the credit goes to you, and we appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Get a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So carried.
The next item I have is vote to approve the Act 15 grant agreement with Borough of South Williamsport for a new South Williamsport Government Center and Community Building in the amount of $400,000. And just a little bit about the project. As I stated, it's for a new Government Center and Community Building. The total cost of the project is actually $2.5 million. $1 million is being funded by a local share account grant, which the borough obtained, and also 1.2 is being funded directly by the borough, and then another $300,000 by the borough ARPA money. So their shortfall was the $400,000, which is why we contributed to the project. And we have in the audience Mr. Capelli. I'm sure he would like to come up and say some words about the project.
Yeah, our mayor here too.
Good morning. On behalf of the citizens of South Williamsport Borough Council and the Honorable Mayor Marlon Angelo, who's accompanied me here this morning, I want to thank the commissioners very, very much for making this what I've called a legacy project, a generational facility that will serve not only the Borough of South Williamsport, but in many facets, which I'll get into here shortly, the larger Williamsport area community for decades to come. You probably know the current Borough Hall at 329 West Southern Avenue is a very old and antiquated facility. To put it mildly, it is an ADA compliance challenged structure, and there's really no amount of money that we can put forward to cure some of those issues. So we started planning a couple of years ago for a new facility that could not only house and be the focal point for the provision of local government services, but a facility that could also entertain such things as summer recreational programs for children and seniors, host, wedding anniversaries, family reunions, be a venue for entertainment, both 12 months out of the year. The facility that we've designed will have what appear to be large commercial garage doors, which will open on the eastern end and on the north side, so that folks who are within that community facility can have an open air experience. The rear will be a bricked courtyard with tables and chairs, so we believe this facility will be able to accommodate just about any type of community need, whether it's a nonprofit that wants to use it for meeting space, certainly the hosting of monthly council meetings, but also private events throughout the year at very reasonable rental rates. The project cost is actually $2.9 million. The facility, the community room area alone, will house up to 150 persons. It'll be a slab-on-grade construction. It is in a floodplain, which has never flooded, but we will pursue a variance and secure that from our floodplain ordinance. This really is a legacy project for our borough. It's going to outlast me, the mayor, and all of us in this room. And I believe it will serve the community quite well. And again, on behalf of the borough and its residents, I want to thank the commissioners, because without this last contribution of Act 13 monies, the project probably would not be built. My challenge as manager was to bring this project forward with no legacy debt. We've done that. There will be no borrowing, no loans. When the keys to this building are turned over to the mayor and council, they can look at their constituents and tell them, this is yours, debt-free. And it will serve you, again, for decades and decades to come. So again, thank you, Your Honor.
Well, Borough Manager Capelli said about everything I wanted to, but I just want to thank you guys, because like he said, this will be a legacy building. And it's not just for South Williamsport Borough residents, it's for everybody in our community that will be able to come over and use this. The design of this building is amazing with the glass doors that open up. It's just, I can't think of how many different ways it'll be to use this building for the public to be able to come in and rent it. And plus gets our borough office a new facility that'll be here long after, like Steve said, everybody in this room. But I just thank you guys, I appreciate it, and a lot of work goes out to Mr. Capelli for all the work that he put behind the scenes on this project. And I'm very proud to be working next to him. Thank you.
Thank you.
All of you.
Before you go,
Yes.
so 1 million is a share account. Where is that coming from? Is that when
That's
you say
DCED.
that's a DCED? Go ahead and.
Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, that's the local government
That's a local
services.
shared account.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the LSA grant for $1 million actually comes through the Commonwealth Financing Authority.
Okay, and then you had 300,000 in your ARPA.
Correct.
And 1.2 is coming from.
1.2 is coming from a combination of borough funds. For example, we have sewer capital, we have our MS4 stormwater fund.
Right.
We have proceeds coming from a recently announced long-term parking lease renewal with Little
Right.
League International.
Right.
So in total, we were at 2.5 million in secured funds, and with the county's $400,000 commitment, we've now achieved that $2.9 million budget.
Yeah, so and the reason I ask that is because it's important for the public to understand that taxpayers in Southside are putting some of their own skin in the game on this. And so that's especially important for other communities to understand who may be stepping forth with projects. I think it's really admirable that the very first thing you said is that the building is an ADA challenge, because it's now 33 years after the passage of the ADA, and all across the country we still have buildings where people cannot gain access to do the basic kinds of things that we take for granted. So I think it's admirable that you're doing that. The other thing that I think people should recognize is that South Williamsport has really stepped up along with Du Bois Town in joining on regional things like policing, and you've joined with Loyalsock on the firefighting, and you've really tried to move in a direction of working to reduce costs for taxpayers by sharing services. And that's something that you guys should gain recognition for, because it really does make a difference.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner.
I want to thank you for being proactive, Steve. Commissioner Mirabito has highlighted a lot of those different projects that you brought to the borough, and having that vision and the regionalization, and to reduce the cost for the constituents over in your residents in your townships, or your borough, excuse me. And so we want to thank you for that vision. When you brought this to us some time ago, we thought it was a good project. It's generational, and it does help residents throughout the county. They will be able to utilize the building. So,
And I personally, in all the various public positions I've held during my life, it is so, so important to know that we have a board of commissioners that's willing to be a partner with local governments that are trying to reduce duplicity, trying to become more efficient, and trying to provide, at the end of the day, better services at lower costs to a larger population outside of our own corporate limits. And as you said, we're doing that with policing, we're doing that with firefighting, and hopefully we're doing it with MS4.
Right.
And hopefully we can do even more with more communities in the years ahead.
And hats off to the mayor and the borough council, because obviously he can bring you ideas, he can execute on them, but only if the elected officials have the foresight and the vision. And so borough council and the mayor, I mean, it really means a lot, because in other communities, we can't get people sometimes looking past the four walls of their township. And as a result, you know, we have more progress for taxpayers and for constituents when we do that, you know.
I've just celebrated my 5th year there, and I can tell you, Marlon Angelo is probably, in my mind, knowing I've known numerous mayors from South Williamsport, the most active, the most involved, the most engaged that I've had the privilege to work with. And I will say the same thing about the borough council. They all care. They don't micromanage. They say, bring us ideas, bring us solutions, and we'll work with you to accomplish them.
And the ones that have approached us, one thing we always look at is, what does that township, that borough, that entity, what skin do they have in the game? They're not just coming to us for 100%.
Right.
Give out there. They want to be a partner, and that's what we're looking for.
We could
It helps
really
reduce
use a
costs.
voting area that's ADA accessible in South Williamsport.
Excuse me?
We could really use a voting
Yes,
area
we
that's
could.
ADA accessible in South Williamsport.
could.
Just saying.
And Commissioner
Maybe
Rubio-
that'll happen with the Sylvandale property, and,
Absolutely.
you know.
It's so important that we comply with the ADA compliances, because, I really had my eyes open the last 5 years of my mother's life. She was in a wheelchair, and we often took her places, and things that we take for granted, it's so difficult for someone who is challenged physically or mentally, and we have to be acknowledged. We have to acknowledge it. We have to be aware of it, and try to help and make sure those barriers are gone for those folks. It's something as simple as, the rain, and trying to get in a door, and it's pouring, and they can't get through a door. Those simple things.
I've seen your challenge. My mother was in a wheelchair, and this is 20 years ago, 25 years ago, but you don't think of the stuff like you said until you get there. Then you're like, you got to improvise, adapt, and overcome, and
Exactly.
we'll get her in here somehow.
Yep.
But we had a lot of laughs together.
Yeah, we did too.
Trying to get her somewhere.
We did, and she was the one laughing, saying.
She was.
Yeah, she told me, we'll do it, we'll do it.
Yeah.
And she's sure? Yep.
And as someone who chairs the Roads to Freedom Board, we're sort of the parent board to the Center for Independent Living. Mark Morosky serves with me on that board. I know keenly how important this issue is to so many people. And this will go a long way in making access to government, making access to recreational opportunities, entertainment opportunities, or just meeting space so much more convenient for people.
Absolutely.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Yes.
Before you leave, I did have this morning when I came in, out here, behind the Vine Province, the park there, by Michael Ross, they just put a swimming area in there for the children. And I was thinking, this building you're proposing to build, why couldn't we put like an arcade in there, pool tables for the children? Because if we get our children off the street, and they're in some place where they can be watched and where they can have fun, it would accumulate even more funding. And like you say, after we're long gone, it'll still be there for them. You should see the children at the park out here, like a Ross Project, they put that swimming thing in. The children use that every day now.
The splash park.
If we're
I played there as a kid.
If we're taking the children to street corners and giving them something that is constructed for them, and their parents can be there,
We just discussed
Yeah,
something like that a
yeah.
little bit ago this
Yeah.
morning.
Once this building, very quickly, once this building is finished, one of the main priorities for the community space will be summer recreational programming for kids, and we intend to hire a coordinator to develop those programs in conjunction with the YW, the YM, and other nonprofits.
That's great.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Have a motion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second. All fair side?
Aye.
Aye. So carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
The next item I have is vote to approve emergency resolution 2023-015 for the purchase of tarpaulins to cover the landfill's working face destroyed in a fire from AAA Tarps Incorporated in the amount of $49,965.80. So what occurred here is that tarps were destroyed in a fire at the landfill, and they need to be replaced due to the legal and permitting requirements that we have to maintain.
Yep. A motion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second. All fair side?
Aye.
Aye. So carried.
Did Mr. York, he's here, did he?
Yeah, he can address it when he comes up first.
Okay.
His last two items.
Great.
Okay, thank you.
The next item, 4.5, vote to approve addendum to administrative services agreement with RX Benefits Incorporated, FKA Prescription Benefits Incorporated. This is strictly to reflect new pricing items as it relates to our benefit package.
Okay, motion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second. All fair side?
Aye.
Aye. So carried.
The next item, vote to approve and acknowledge the list of contracts approved by the Director of Administration for the month of July. We had 12 contracts.
Most of them for the
Most
facilities
of
and
them are
courts.
just renewals, yes.
Right.
Okay, motion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second. All fair side?
Aye.
Aye. So carried.
And the last item I have for you is vote to approve the Election Integrity Grant Award from the Department of Community and Economic Development in the amount of $371,620.91. This is similar to the last one we received from Act 88, in which there's 9 different categories for which we can use it for. I can go through each of those if you like. If not, it's just to help with the election and post-election process.
Yes, you just named the 9.
Sure. Yeah, the first one is payment of staff needed to pre-canvass and canvass mail-in ballots and absentee ballots. The second one is physical security and transparency costs for centralized pre-canvassing and canvassing. Post-election procedures, there's specific maintenance activities that are covered. There's printing of ballots, training costs for district election officials, payment of staff at polling places on election day, secure preparation, transportation, storage, and management of voting apparatus, tabulation equipment, and required polling place materials. And the last category is costs of County Board of Election duties related to processing of voter registration applications.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Motion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second. Any comments?
No, it's good. I mean, that's a very broad group of things that we can use the money for, so that'll save us some local tax money.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye. So carried. Okay.
And then Jason has 4.8 through 4.9.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Jason, you're welcome to address the tarps if you'd like to also.
All right, good
Thank
morning,
you.
Mona.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, the tarps are used daily to cover the waste at the end of the night into the next morning, and then we've simply rolled the tarps up. What that allows us to do is save airspace. The only other alternative to using tarps is actually putting 6 to 10 inches of soil over the waste, the working face every night. And that will accumulate to be a massive amount of airspace that we would lose. So the tarps in the first fire we lost 8. I believe in the second fire we lost 2 because it was early June there, I believe it was. And we had, so they're the first thing to burn up. They're a very thin tarp, but they're an approved alternative daily cover device that we are allowed to use through the Department of Environmental Protection. And it's a huge savings to all landfills that use tarps, but they go up pretty quick when things get hot. So, but I appreciate Maya's working on that because we keep few spares, but when you have 2 fires in 4 days, it chews up your spares pretty quick. So, Commissioners, the first item I have for you, 4.8. This is 2 replacement servers for RMS from Dell. One is at $21,494.47. The other server is at $18,703.76. I am not going to stand before you and pretend like I know what servers do too much. Safe to say, though, that the fine staff, Mr. Julio, Director Julio, and his staff have come to me and said, you have a very dire need to get these replaced. I think the old ones were 2007.
They're old.
Yes, very old. So Yeah, so he brought them to me, and I said, not a problem, we will get them in front of the commissioners for purchase and approval.
One question.
Yes, sir.
It's not a 2023 budget item, so how do we intend to pay for these?
We have a budget, we have money in our budget. We have maintenance repair, we have funding to do it.
Okay, so it'll come out of that account?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
just do a budget transfer.
We just do budget transfers needed. I mean, it's, we have known for some time, it's just, these were never budgeted for through the previous IT department budget systems. So, we're catching up, things are going in the right direction.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So carried.
Commissioners, last item, 4.9. This is approve a change order number 2 with R&L Development in the amount of $1,085,219.55. This funding does come out of the landfill closure reserve funds that we use. This is part of the project we're already currently doing. We went out to bid, got good bids on the 22 acres that we're closing. We identified another 2.5 acres for closure closer west on what I call fields 1 through 4. So there was a little piece that we didn't have in the original bid, and it did not make sense to try to go back and rebid it. The contractor said not a problem, we do a change order. We also have 14 wells in there that need to be drilled on the east slope of 11. So there's just a lot of tied up loose ends in this change order. This has been a while to get to my desk. There's quite a few items in here, so we've been working at it with our engineering firm. This change order has been reviewed by Barton LaJuice, our engineering firm, R&L, and our staff at RMS multiple times. So I'm not hesitant at all to bring this before you. It is the right way to move and close it and add that 2.5 acres and those wells as part of the current contract.
So if you look at page 3 of the change order,
Yes, sir.
so there seems to be multiple lines that say the same thing. Due to additional 2.21 acres to be closed included in change order. Are
Yes.
those all different 2.21?
Yes, and if you go back, then the next few pages, it explains it ties in together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's some things that were pulled out, but a lot of piping, a lot of HD piping has to be done. The wells, adding the wells and the drilling of the new wells on the east slope adds quite a bit to it, with the pumps that go in those wells.
Okay, I understand. The first page is describing the changes in the contract document. The second, those listings are referencing those 2.21 acres that are changing. Yeah, okay. Okay,
Okay,
I'll move to approve.
second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Next is commissioner comment.
So we had a conservation district meeting last night. I had heard a report on the news about some West Nile virus sightings in Lackawanna. And I had asked specifically because the conservation district is doing spraying and testing. And I think we are about 12th among the state counties in terms of positive virus in mosquitoes, not in humans, but in mosquitoes. And so it's good to know though that the conservation district is doing spraying. We're actually pretty high up in the region. So the bottom line is make sure that there's no standing water. If you have a bird bath, make sure that you change it frequently. If you're at home and you have a swimming pool, like a little kiddie pool, don't let it sit there, flip it over. Try to get all standing water eliminated so that we're not creating breeding grounds for it. That's the word to get out to people.
Okay, anything else?
No.
As everyone's aware, we have thousands of visitors this week and next week. And from being over at the complex, I'm hearing how kind people are, how generous people are, and that's the positive reflection on our community. We want to make sure that we continue that. It's great to hear that. I've seen some negative things on social media about different things that happen at the parade, different behaviors from people along the parade route, which is unfortunate. Just remember, this is our community. we want to demonstrate and show people our love, be a little bit more patient in traffic. We do have traffic, most people aren't used to. Hold a door for somebody, give them a smile, say hello, welcome them to our area. That goes a long way. It goes a long way for them to want to come back and visit and maybe come back and reside here. We have a declining population. We want to make sure that we show them the love of our community, why we settle here, why we live here. And we want to demonstrate that to the folks that are visiting. So just ask everybody to be a little bit more patient, a little bit more kind over the next 2 weeks as we have many people visiting from out of the area. And like I said, it's wonderful when I'm over at the complex and being one of the hosts over there, people saying to me, people are so nice around here. And that's what we want to hear. So thank you.
All right, then general public comment?
Yes. And please just keep your comments to county issues we asked you. Thank you.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Commissioners. Denitra Moffitt, Lawyer Sock. It's regarding the ADA, the anniversary coming up, and I had the opportunity to speak with Representative Khan, who was the sponsor of HB 1173, the playground bill, to include children with disabilities, and which I think was great because I lost a niece to childhood cancer at the age of 3. And so it was always an honor to take her to a playground, even though she suffered a stroke at the age of 2 because of the cancer and the chemo and everything. And so at that time, this was 2009, 10, but it was hard to take her to the playground because they weren't inclusive of children with, disabilities and all of that. So to speak with him and to hear his passion behind the bill was lovely. So to have it right before the anniversary was nice. So to talk about it and hear about it, and to now hear the South Williamsport Borough and they're having that included, it was nice to hear them here and talk about it. So when you talk about your mom in a wheelchair, we had her in a wheelchair too. So to see how far we've come, even though I'm only 32, to see how far it's come in the years, it's nice. And being in the military with logistics, we used to always have to. That wasn't something we had to do, ADA, because that wasn't our wheelhouse at the time. But now being on the civilian side, knowing that that's what you have to do as a civilian, and my husband having an engineering background, he used to always scream ADA compliance whenever he did a lot of projects. So it is nice to know that they're being included in every single avenue now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your comments.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The commissioners committed resources to the playground up at, was going to be at Stevens, and then Stevens was, of course, sold, so at the Curtin School. But the commissioners put, Cochran, yeah, thanks. The commissioners put resources into that, along with a lot of other folks. It was actually led by the Kiwanis and the Rotary. But so we are trying to do what we can, but it's good to hear about that legislation also.
Yeah. Anyone else? Yes, Gary. Morning, Gary.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Gary Skillamaker. I'm just here on behalf of mental health. We're joining services, children and youth and adult services over on Academy Street. And I'm also here for skills and CSG. Just want to thank Mr. Marabito and the commissioners for they had passed a resolution, and they probably will share whatever they came up with, and I'm just here to thank them because it is much needed. And one more thing. In our community, we need more funding for our law enforcement. Don't get me wrong, our law enforcement does a great job. They do an outstanding job, but the resources that they have are limited. And as a growing community that Williamsport is becoming, law enforcement needs funding, it needs more training. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Morning, Tom.
Morning. How are you?
Good, how are you? Good.
Tom Adams, Williamsport. Let's see. Proverbs, I'm sorry. Yeah. 28, 16, 26. I'm sorry. Anyway. I forget that one. Many seek the ruler's favor, but justice for man comes from the Lord. Sorry, I kind of got messed up in my notes. And it's just, I think one thing we have to be careful with our country and even anywhere locally, whatever, we don't want to be worshiping our leaders. Our true answers come from God. But when we have good leaders, we encourage them to do what's right and to keep justice going, flowing. But when we have leaders that don't care about justice, eventually God will work it out. We just have to be careful we don't get over anxious and get angry and mean to each other. Let God work it out. We have to show that resolve. And I just heard, the report about the parade. It's kind of sad there were some incidents, but one thing that really impressed me the most about the parade was the firefighters at the very beginning, and they're taking that collection for orphans, and then you hear that staying in the area. I think it's encouraging to hear that, and if they're doing that, and I hope they collected a good amount of money, because that's really important. That's a good image for the world to see. I was just wondering, after everyone leaves, are we going to go back to fighting with each other? Or, I hope not, right? But there is an issue here with people to be somewhat aware of. Governor Shapiro is threatening to cancel the contract with Real Alternatives, and that's an outfit that helps fund pregnancy resources centers, maternity homes, and adoption agencies. So people can call the governor if they're concerned about that, because I don't think he wants just Planned Parenthood, trying to figure out what's best for everyone, which they get enough money as it is. I don't think they're a good organization. And of course our reps and Senator Yall. Also with that funding from the $5 fee, could any of that be used to clean up the forests? And because the reason that might angle toward traffic is because it'll help keep the streams from overflowing, which could ruin bridges and flood roads. And also, we definitely don't want wildfires, which would be devastating. So I don't know if any of that could be used towards some of that.
Well, the fees are lower, obviously, than what they used to be, and there's some discussion about how we're going to utilize them in the future towards maintenance of the bridges. So.
Yeah. Could they be used for anything like that, do you know? Or
I don't think they could be used in the forest. There is a lot of items, but they're all transportation related.
Yeah.
Traffic lights,
right.
Fixing areas that are dangerous. Actually, Shannon left, but
Yeah, she just I was
yeah. But anything traffic related.
Yeah.
Bridges.
You have to stretch it to.
But there are probably grants that are available, I would think, through DCD and actually, if you remember, Tom, the kids that were here a week ago or 2 weeks ago, one of the things they do is trail cleanup work.
Right.
They go out and they.
Yeah.
So there are other groups too that I think do the trail cleanup.
Yeah. But I think it's just a concern, I mean, because you see what happens with California when they don't take care of their forests. I mean, we have a lot of it. I guess, I think I had one other question. I know this is kind of late. The contract with T-Mobile, how long does that go for?
That's a good
I think it
question.
was 5 years, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. Is it 5?
I think it's for 5.
I don't recall.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. That was just renewed, right? What, a month or two ago? Yeah. Okay.
But, you know, Leslie usually does our phone contracts, and she is really extraordinary in terms of hunting down and,
Sure.
and negotiating.
We definitely got better pricing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was just kind of curious how,
Thank you, Tom.
any way to get out of it
Yeah.
without a penalty, but thank you.
Yeah, we mentioned the parade today. We want to thank the chamber and all the organizers of the Grand Slam parade. It's a beautiful parade again this year,
Yeah.
and all the participants. And were you in it?
I
You in
was,
the front?
yep, I was.
I was in Division 4.
You were in with the division, and Commissioner Maceras on vacation, so I was the lone commissioner there with my son, and we passed out lots of candy, and it was real nice.
Yeah,
It
I
was very nice.
Division 4 with the North Dakota team.
I thought so. You were on the float,
I was
right?
on the float.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other public comment?
We just
And
have
there was
one
one online, yes.
Yeah, it looks like this gentleman switched his comment, deleted that one, and put another one up. So
Okay.
his name is Kevin Dunkelberger.
Mhm.
Is total regionalization for fire and police in Lycoming County going to happen? How soon?
Well, I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
Sorry, that's okay. Is total regionalization for fire and police in Lycoming County going to happen? How soon?
Well, I believe that's up to the townships and the entities that they have those discussions going forward, and if they're able to form those partnerships, sometimes they bring them to us, and sometimes they just go ahead and develop the partnerships without us. So.
And there is, that grant that I mentioned to the commissioners, I think it might have been last week or 2 weeks ago. There is a grant through PCCD specifically for the regionalization of police departments.
Absolutely.
Right. And we've been supportive of, for example, when the Northern Alliance, which was the Hepburn Township and
Lewis.
Trout Run and Lewis,
That whole area up there.
we put a significant amount of money, the commissioners did through Act 13 to support that. And again, as Commissioner Metzger said, it really has to come from the bottom up, but we've tried to take an approach of, if you want to build it, we will help you make it come to fruition.
Absolutely.
And we've also, over the past 8 years, we've sponsored meetings with our municipal and firefighters to try to bridge the gap, because of course the municipalities have the responsibility by law, but the fire departments have the capacity. So maybe in the future the commissioners will look at doing that again. That a lot of times there's just, some of it is getting people together to try to find a solution. But hats off to the ones who've done it, as we said earlier, with Southside and Loyalside. Right, Lewistown, that whole, lots of others. Way out east Lycoming, Picture Rocks, they formed the East Lycoming, is that East Lycoming Alliance, or, so it is happening, Mr. Dunkelberger.
It's happening.
Another one
Yes.
just came through, sorry.
Yes.
It's from Jim Silver. I had an interview, and has maintenance 3 been filled?
If he wants to contact HR,
HR.
that'd be the
Yeah.
appropriate place to find out. Okay? Great, thank you. Anybody else? Any
That's
more
it.
pop-ups?
No more pop-ups.
Okay.
And thank you, Commissioner, for being an uncle for 32 years.
No, not that long.
How many years?
Not that long.
How many
I
years?
believe this is my 14th or 15th.
Well, that's still
Been in the
very.
league overall for 26, but.
Yeah. Well, that's still a long.
It's fun, it's an honor.
Yeah.
You meet, people say, what do you like the best about it? And it's meeting people from all over the world and developing friendships. And they, a lot of them last You stay in contact throughout the year, and just learning the different cultures. I had fun with the Asia Pacific kids the other night, taught them how and split them in two, and much to the despise of their uncle, who's a Notre Dame fan, I taught them to say, "We are Penn State." And we were doing that on the city bus all the way up to the...
You're a troublemaker.
Yeah.
So,
all the way up to the picnic at Penn College. The bus driver was laughing, and we were going, "We are Penn State." And then yesterday when we left the Grove, they were coming in, and I said, "Guys, there's the uncle who likes Notre Dame. We are Penn State." So when they go back to Taiwan, they know a little bit of English.
there you go. No, but I think that the public should realize that, I mean, for example, in your, I didn't realize this until we talked about it. For all those years, you took vacation time,
Yeah, I
which
did.
you still do, right? So these folks who are over there who are working and volunteering, a lot of them are taking a week of their vacation
Yes.
time or 2 weeks.
There's so many volunteers over there.
Yeah,
And it's not about one person, it's about the team.
yeah.
And even when we're walking up from the back of the stadium there today, the kids are kind of spread out, and I said, "Guys, come here." And on the back of Volunteer Stadium, it says, "We are team." Here, we are a team. And I said, "So guys, when you're here, you're a team, you walk together as a team, you travel, you win as a team." And that's what the volunteers are about. You can't get it done without the team.
Yeah.
How many times has your team won the title?
It's a very difficult thing, because we pull them out of a hat. So it's the luck of the draw, but each one of those teams is a special occasion. It's neat because I had the Czech team back in 2014, and I walked in the cafeteria tonight, and the coach, he's the coach now instead of the manager. He spotted me before I spotted him. He came over and gave me a big handshake and a hug. And he says, "I'm back," and I said, "Welcome back." And so it's neat to see friends and trying to make their way back here, and even to visit. A lot of people come back and visit, and it's a special experience. And there's 47 of us that have that honor, and all the volunteers, the ushers, every one of them over there. The security, they spend, like you said, a lot of them take their vacation, and they do it because they want to make this special for the kids, and they want to show them the beauty of this valley. So, yeah, thank you. Okay, we are adjourned. We'll see you again August 24th, Thursday, August 24th. Yeah.
I got a 2 o'clock today in the office.
How are you?
I don't make it.